Goldec banger. 9 minutes. CSGO versus CS2. Do I miss CSGO already? Maybe.
CS2 versus CSGO. Yes, here I am hopping on the opinion bandwagon, comparing a game that's less than a month old to a game that's over 10 years old. Believe it or not though, I am actually going to be making a decent comparison of both games, especially with the launch of each game. And hey, if my takes are bad, I've already made a video that had the worst take ever, and it was still pretty good. Just don't watch it though. But
I don't think it's too early to release a video like this. The game is fully released. Before you could have said, okay, but it's just an open beta, it's just a public beta or whatever. The game is out. Time to compare.
For that, let me introduce the sponsor of this video, Skin Club. Please. Now, I want to start with the launch of CS2 versus the launch of CSGO. As much as I would like to say I'm sad that CSGO is gone, I'm really not. This is nothing but a new era for Counter-Strike, and I'm excited to see what content they're going to add in the future. Although, I am a little disappointed to see that they didn't add any content with the launch of CS2. This is insanely similar to CSGO's launch though. I mean, CSGO didn't have an operation added until 8 months after the game had been out, so I think we should be a bit more patient about it.
No. No, we should not. Am I the only one that disagrees? Back then, the game wasn't what it is now, with the fucking skins wearing the thing or whatever. It wasn't a billion-dollar company. Now, all the capital, it's years of experience and stuff, like, they don't have to come up with something new. At least give us an operation or something. Or like some game modes that we had in CSGO, release them in CS2 with the release. So much got scrapped off, no new content. If someone joins the game for the first time, maybe he wants to try out CS2 after always playing Valorant, what does he get welcomed with? He has to play some deathmatch, some casual. Is it still the same? Where you can only play ranked after you won like 10 games or something? And where you can only win, is it one a day or something? Bro, that is not fun. And then maybe even you play casual or whatever, or deathmatch, and you run into a cheater. Oh man, oh man. Need level 10. Okay, so that's removed. That's good. But still, they should have welcomed us at least, or like welcome everyone with the operation, something.
We do have to understand that we were insanely spoiled by CSGO with all the operations, skins, maps, and missions. I feel like since Valve added all these updates, we of course expected them with the launch of CS2, especially how long the last operation was last added, but who knows, there might be an operation drop as I'm making this video or a little bit later. Although I am a bit sad about the workshop missing, because this was my first video I wanted to make on CS2 instead of this one, but hopefully it will be added soon. Also, a lot of maps and most of the game modes are missing on release, like Danger Zone, which I did care about and had fun with, so stop talking Danger Zone, and also the lack of community servers, but I'm sure all these will be added soon. Now, the minuscule amount of content isn't really the main issue with the launch. The biggest issue is just how straight up broken CS2 is. So let me get to the elephant in the room now, the bugs and issues. There are a myriad of bugs and issues with the launch of CS2, sadly.
I personally believe this game is major ready, and I hope the pros enjoy the majors that are coming.
Way more than CSGO ever had, especially at its launch. To be honest, CSGO really didn't have any bugs at launch. The only problems were really just a lack of content, like I said.
Okay, that's not a bug though, right? Like, no way that this is right. I think this is a custom mod.
But people weren't even complaining about that back then.
But at this point, I don't even know. This could as well just be a glitch.
But there was also some interesting design choices, like the fact that all the old maps used to have a ton of fog surrounding them for whatever reason, and as far as I know, it was intentional, but it was swiftly removed once people started complaining. The only real issues in CSGO were in the beta version of it, which were, of course, thankfully fixed. Like the fact that smokes used to not extinguish Molotovs at all. Most pro players and the community in general begged for Molotovs to be removed, but here we are with probably one of the most useful utilities in the game. I feel like this is similar to the smoke grenades at the moment in CS2. Some people are complaining about them now, but they just need to get used to it.
They need to delete the smoke effect. They literally need to delete that from this game. CS dies with 2. I think it's
the filter. He did him kind of dirty.
I also tried searching for exploits in CSGO at launch, but I couldn't really find too many. Although there used to be an interrupt setting that you could do that would make the hitboxes delay behind the person, so you could pretty much shoot them even if they went behind cover. Other than that though, there weren't too many. Now compare that to CS2. Just recently there was a hitbox issue that had the hitboxes completely off the actual model. There was also a jump bug that allows you to jump through ceilings or objects and shoot people through it. There was also a refund all command that would allow you to get free Kevlar and defuse kit if used correctly. There was also an FOV command that makes the game either insanely fun to play or horrible to play. Also, the Michael Jackson peak that CS2 even joked about in their Twitter banner. There's also a sub...
Is it fixed though? I think they fixed it, but the day after it was still possible. Sadly.
issue, which I'm not even knowledgeable enough to talk about, and I'm sure all of you have heard about it or experienced it. I bet in a couple years I'll be making a video on old CS2 bugs and exploits or something like that. Anyways, all this will get fixed if it hasn't already. It'll just take a bit, sadly, and it is a bit disappointing to see how many bugs there are. Now let's talk about gameplay. The movement to me feels very weird in CS2 compared to CSGO, but it isn't bad, it's just kind of different. At first it felt horrible, but now that I've gotten used to it, I feel like I'm getting better at it. The B-hops in CS2 almost feel like you have to time them a bit later. I'm not too sure. CSGO movement was of course legendary and will always be one of my favorite movements in all of gaming. CS2 movement can live up to CSGO, I think. It just needs some time and also some surf servers. The gunplay in CS2 though, it feels amazing. How satisfying is it to hear that bassy ass sound when hitting a headshot? Or getting those cool little cards popping up at the bottom like another game. Another thing that made CS2 gunplay so much more fun to me was the follow recoil setting. Now, I know some of you are going to hate on me for this, but the follow recoil setting in CS2 is so fun. But it didn't exactly make me play better, sometimes actually making me play worse, because for some reason it follows pistol recoils, but still, it was something new and fun to play around with. I know people think the game is being too noob friendly with this, but just try it out for yourself a bit. It also helps out a lot of my newer friends play a lot better, so this would add on to the fun factor. I don't really know what else to talk about gameplay wise in CS2 because nothing really changed in my opinion. I mean, the bomb does more damage now. And there's volumetric smoke. New buy menu and refund system I also really enjoy as well, which is also quite similar to another game. It's definitely better than the shitty circle menu.
Chat. A lot of people don't even know why this is the buy menu, like why it was like this always. It was like this in CSGO with the wheel because it used to be like available on console, and on console it was for Xbox and stuff. Now it's just like finally it changed, but kinda grew on me as well. I don't know. I like it.
Menu in CSGO. The ragdolls in this game are also amazing. They're way better than CSGO's ragdolls ever were, and they finally made them server side, I think. So no more getting shot through a body that's there on your screen, but not there on the enemy screen. There are also a lot of random small changes in CS2 compared to CSGO, especially with all the gun sounds and drop sounds of items. Moving on to community. Now, in my opinion, this is the most glaring difference between CS2 and CSGO. I can feel a very sudden and obvious shift to community with CS2. Sad to some, but it does make sense. Valve isn't exactly focused on the old gen players of CSGO. Valve really is trying to appeal to the audience they didn't have, the Valorant players or the people who just...
But that's only because he's from NA. I feel like I get exactly the same lobbies. I feel like EU, it's 1-to-1. No, my lobbies feel the same. You got people... Please, no English, like you got the average, you know, that always only like the 3-stack Russians. You got not a lot of new people. I every time check like time, it's always like 1,000 hours, 2,000 hours, just people coming over. But in NA, it seems different, no? Because Valorant is big in NA. And some people come over to try.
Just didn't play CSGO. I've been seeing so many Valorant players swapping to CS2, even though a lot of people are acting like they aren't. Also, a ton of new players from other games are also trying it out, which I think is pretty cool to see new people. I've always found myself catering to the newer people, and a lot of the old heads hate me for being a zoomer. Although I am sure it's a bit sad to the older gen to see how the game is turning out. It's like those players that think Counter-Strike peaked in CS 1.6, which, reading my last video's comments, was a lot. And also, some players are genuinely gonna think CS peaked in CSGO, which is completely fine. What's not fine is that Valve basically removed the ability to play CSGO unlike all the other Counter-Strikes. The people who didn't like Counter-Strike Source, for example, they stuck to playing Counter-Strike 1.6. But here we are now, the CSGO players that don't like CS2, they're forced to play it. I mean, you can still play on CSGO, but there are no more Valve official servers. But I'm sure new community servers just for this divided community are gonna start popping up soon. I've also heard people having problems with cheaters, which I haven't seen any myself, but it is sad to see that the new VAC system isn't working too well. I rarely hear the VAC Live system working, if at all. After I made my cheating video, I somewhat keep up with the community, and I see that there are still a ton of cheats for CS2. I just wish the new VAC system worked with some AI like people were speculating to hopefully have a better anti-cheat than before. At this point, I think everyone would be fine with a kernel level anti-cheat like Valorant has, or even an anti-cheat like FACEIT. I myself have always been fine with the kernel level anti-cheat all the way back since CSGO. As intrusive as it is, I think it will make the game a bit better.
Same.
A big problem with CS2 adjacent to my type of content.
Oh baby. 387 Karambit. This is the $1.5 million Karambit.
is skins, or at least they were a problem. Valve seems to have somewhat tried to keep the skins in CS2 looking similar to they did in CSGO, but at the same time, they changed a lot of them and even ruined some. For some reason right now, they still haven't fixed the giant ass stickers on the deagle. The stickers on the P90 are transparent for some reason, and a lot of sticker locations in general were also messed
Oof, but they fixed that.
up. I think Valve will continue to try to fix skins, but it isn't their top priority at the moment. I just hope they focus on fixing the other broken stuff in the game.
Can I say this? They didn't fix it. Can I say this? I think so, huh? I feel like they now start focusing on skins. Because... yeah, I think I can show it. Because... look. I was so excited when they wrote, bro. So excited. Look at this. CS2. Question for you. Which skins and stickers have pixel-perfect combinations where the stickers overlay the weapon finishes in a very precise way? Example, Glock, Weasel, and the enemy spotted.
Before
The
that,
exact one that they saw on Reddit. They asked, and then they were like, which other guns is it on where it has to fit one-to-one? And they showed the screenshot. Bro, so now they start focusing. And bro, you already know that I sent them everything, bro. I asked Booty as well. Like, I sent them the whole list, bro. I sent them the whole list. I think now they start focusing. Bro, I was hella fucking honored, bro. Then all of a sudden they pop in with the skins question, bro. Bro, that made my fucking week. Not just day, week. So they're gonna fix that soon, probably.
their broken stuff in the game before they focus on skins, because the skins market is already doing kind of ass right now anyways. Aside from the broken skins in CS2, most skins look amazing compared to CSGO. The Dopplers look absolutely stunning, Fades look
Stunning, but not the same. Dopplers, it's... Is it just me? Like, I don't even know anymore. I see a face, and I don't know which face it is. I feel like they may look better, but it's not the same. I don't know.
well, basically anything that's shiny or glittery looks so much better in CS2 than it did in CSGO. Well, everything in CS2 looks better than it does in CSGO. The biggest upgrade in CS2 being, of course, the graphics and engine. I don't think it's too fair to compare the graphics of the games, but I am anyways. Look how horrible the old Source engine used to look. I mean, it looked good for 2004, but I'm so glad they finally moved on to a newer and much cleaner engine. The glass looks so much better now. The smokes look so much better now. The animations look so much better now. The skins look so much better now. The bullet holes look so much better now. And the maps look so much better now. The newest maps like Inferno have insane amount of details in them compared to CSGO, which some people don't like for whatever reason. Even making a version of Inferno that has less detail in it, come on. But just look at the details in the CS2 version compared to the CSGO version. The maps are so detailed, they even added a pizza. Believe what you want, but if you're blaming the map being over detailed for missing your shots, you're just coping or need to get used to the map. Although, I have definitely noticed myself being thrown off by the newer maps thinking I see a person hiding somewhere, but it's just new lighting. So maybe it is a valid reason to complain, but at the same time, you'll end up learning the map, so be patient. Overall, I am somewhat pleased with CS2, but the launch has been a bit rough for everyone. I'm excited to see the changes in the future and definitely haven't given up on the game like some people.
Look at me playing CSGO right now. Best game ever. CS2.
But as always, make sure to
This
subscribe and like
guy.
the video. And if you didn't like it, go and leave a
Calm
comment
down,
why,
Grandpa.
and I'll try to do better next time.
Yeah.
The community with CS
Fully released, man. I still think that they missed out so much, man. On like welcoming all the new people that install the fucking 50 gigabyte game, try it out for the first time, and welcome them with nothing. You know what I mean? Why not have at least like Danger Zone, like some casual stuff, or like everything scrapped off? No new content. I don't know. But that's not what CSGO is about, right? About the quick hype and stuff. We're here for decades. Yeah. I don't know. And skins they're working on. Like, it's clear that first, of course, they have to focus about all the gameplay, so it's esports ready, right? All the fucking planned tournaments. Skins come next. They slowly take care of everything.